This afternoon we have two questions. The first question, any guidance on how to deal with a young person's death would be very helpful. Although in theory I know the Four Noble Truths, but nothing is giving me some comfort for this big loss. What should I do? Well, that means maybe in the family, a young person dies, a teenager dies, or even a baby or a middle age, a person dies in the family. So the whole family is grief-stricken for the loss of that family member. What should we do? First of all, we have to understand every member of the family, they come together not without a reason. There's nothing that happens without a reason. There's cause and effect. And sometimes, actually, more than 50% of the times, all these causes or reasons or conditions are related to previous lives. So we all come together because we have unfinished dealings, unfinished love affairs, unfinished debts, unfinished emotions, unfinished expressions of something. So if you have a son or a daughter, you have a few children in the family, they are different. Say for example you have 2 sons and 2 daughters. The eldest son coming to you in the family, you was born in the family, he came with a reason. Could be in his previous life, he was your dad, your granddad. And he loved you so much that he wanted to come back. And somehow he had a chance to come back. So he come back to you as your son. And that happens in many cases of reincarnations. That's been proven by some scientists. Needless to say, there's a lot of studies on that kind of thing. So he came back because he wanted to continue his love of you. Somehow he was doing a lot of killing. He destroyed a lot of lives. According to causality, if you destroy lives, hurt sentient beings, you may come in with an effect of shortness in your life or bad health. So you die early. So he died early. And somehow his love for you has certain maturity that then up to a certain stage, then he has to go. And your second son may come for another reason too. Your second son maybe in many lives ago, he was your creditor. You owe him a lot of money. And this time he became your son and he wanted to get back the money. So he went into school and you love him so much, you want to get him into one of the best school, a private school. You don't want to get into public school because you think that the private school is the best for him. So you try to earn as much money as possible to make sure the you have enough tuition fee to see that he's in the private school looking after. And you always pay him a lot of money to spend, you always buy gifts for him, you love him so much. Actually, you're repaying all his debts. You owe him so much in your previous life. You're repaying him. And after your debt is paid, he said adios to you. That's all. No more. And somehow, because in his previous life, he had a certain cause that will lead into his short life in here. So some come back with, say your daughter doesn't like you. She hates you. But you loved her. Why? Because in your previous life you hate her. or somehow it's vice versa. So we always, all these family members always come back with the reason is either paying up a debt, repayment of a debt, repayment of an emotion, repayment of something, and there's some reasons for it. And of course, these are the extremes. In between the extremes, there are a lot of possibilities. So when a member of a family, a young person passes away, of course it's natural that the whole family is grief-stricken. But you have to tackle the knot yourself. You know that it's the time for him to go. All these liabilities are clear. All this debt is clear. And he has to go somewhere. In all these reincarnations, you have been shedding tears for lost ones. And if you have a container to contain all these tears that came down from your eyes, in the losses of all your family members, it could be the ocean. For your lost moms, for lost dads, you cry, your tears, if you can contain your tears, it's enough to fill up the whole ocean. You've been crying like that. We all have been doing like that in reincarnations. And what you can do is to let go. And somehow in your prayers, if he is still in the battle stage, he can listen to you. Just give him some comforting words, saying that he has to go where he should go, and cultivate good deeds so that he won't roll into reincarnation again. And in some cases, people come to the temple to do elevation prayers, which means that they invite monks to chant sutras. The sutras contains advices on letting go, seeing the emptiness of things, don't attach to things, so that the battle stage person, some may immediately reincarnate, and some maybe after 5 days, after 7 days, after 8 days. The longest period is 49 days. So when a person passes away, his soul, quote unquote, roll into a certain state, certain form of existence, which is called battle. It's an energy, but he still roams around. He still understands, he still can listen to you, he knows what's going on. So during the 49 days, say in your prayers, talk to him, communicate with him, saying, it's time to go, it's the time to let go, because he cannot let go because he doesn't want to leave. Anybody who does not let go of something will be attached to that thing, and because of the attachment, he won't be comfortable. He will be unhappy. All attachments give rise to unhappiness. So letting go of it, because it's a fact that you're already dead. So let go of everything. And there are some people, as I always mention, there are people, dying patients, who are always on the verge of dying for many, many days, and he's still panting his last breath. He cannot let go of his last breath. So in the hospital, he's under all these tubes and oxygens, tanks, and with tubes all over the body, hooking to the nose, nostrils, the ears, the heart, everything. He wouldn't let go. Because why? He's worrying about his sons and daughters trying to fight on his estate. He's worrying about his company. He's worrying about what his wife would do. He's worrying about divorces, worrying about a lot of things that he couldn't let go. He didn't want to leave. He still wanted to finish all these things. In his subconscious, he wanted to finish all this unfinished business, but he cannot. So he's on the verge of not going and going and not going and going, and his subconscious, it can link on for years. So there are people in the hospitals who was vegetative, lying in there doing nothing, because he couldn't let go. It's like a plant, a vegetation. But in his subconscious mind, he has certain part of his brain still living. No more language, no more words. The left brain probably is all gone. Maybe the right side of the hemisphere is still a little bit left, that he still hang on. So it's letting go. Tell the dead person to let go. Tell yourself to let go. Attaching to it, crying, grief-stricken, will not help. For the first 1 or 2 days, for a normal person, everybody is like that. Nobody would say, I'm happy. Oh, my family member passed away, I let go of everything. No, it's just natural that you still hang on to the connection. But as time goes on, time will wash it out, and you have to let go. If you don't let go, the person who died wouldn't let go too, because he reads your mind. He's still around in the bardo stage. Only for people, usually a lot of people go through the 49-day bardo stage. You can actually communicate. He cannot talk to you, but he feels what's going on. So make sure that you let go. You have to. Life has to go on. You're living, you still have to go on. They have to go on their path too. That's the reason why we all have to get out of all this samsara. We're in reincarnation. If, for example, if he practiced chanting Amitabha's name to go to the Sukhavati, to go to the Pure Land, at that juncture you say, let go, go to the Pure Land. Concentrate and go to the Pure Land. Then he may be reborn in the Pure Land. No more retrogression to reincarnation. No more life and death. And there he will be under the guidance of Amitabha Buddha, of all those arahats who will be teaching him or her until enlightenment. Go to that land where there's happiness, where there's learning to get enlightenment. Don't stay around anymore. And usually, in a lot of cases, some people approach us for places that are haunted. They always go to the temple and say, oh my, I heard things at night. The doors, swing all the time, and sometimes the radios go on automatically and the TV and all that. Why? Because there are spirits who still hang around. So when we go in there, but sometimes we don't go. It depends on whether we know him. If we go in there really to resolve the problem, we don't go with the mind to control them. I'm not a ghostbuster. I don't get something to spray on them and let them go. No, it's not like that. We don't go to control, to destroy them. We go and give them a lecture. It's the time to go. Don't hang around there. You won't be happy doing that. You have to go for your reincarnation. Follow your energy through. But remember, don't involve in bad deeds anymore. So we give them a lecture in the holy sprinkling of the water. We advise them. We don't blame them. We don't control them. We don't do it by force. And sometimes when we find, it's very difficult because he won't even listen, he may even be repulsive, then we better go. Don't stay around, otherwise we'll be too late. So we have to see the situation. So, a young person passes away, the relationship ends. If the relationship will carry on in the next life, it will carry on. But if you go on another life, there's a lot of suffering for another life too. That's the reason why practice of Buddhism should start at young age, not until when you are 65, 67, or 70, or 80. So you have to start young. And there are people who always talk to me like that when I talk to young, middle-aged people. Why do I have to become a monk or a nun? I have a lot of things to enjoy. I want to travel to Thailand. I want to travel all over the world. I haven't been to Russia. I want to go to Europe, Italy, Rome, 3 coins in the fountain. I want to throw 1 coin into the fountain and enjoy the ripples and all this that shines in the fountain. Because they still want to go around to the whole world enjoying. I want to go to partying. There are a lot of things to enjoy. Why should I become a nun? If you really want to get enlightened, to go onto this path of enlightenment where there's no more reincarnation, it's not free. You really there's a cost in it. You have to sacrifice your sensual pleasures in order to carry out that divinity, to go to that path where there's divinity. You can't just follow the mass of people and get all this enjoyment and you still can go to enlightenment. Yeah, every Saturday I go to the temple to meditation, and when I go out, I still go to nightclubs, to party, karaoke and all that, and enjoy myself with the wine and all that. And Saturday I practice, okay? And then I get enlightenment. Is that simple? Einstein says, I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. There's a cost. You have to give up who you are. I must be willing to give up what I am, what I have, in order to become what I will be. You will be a Buddha. You will be a saint, so you have to give up all your pleasures. Sakyamuni Buddha, he had to give up a lot of these luxuries. And these luxuries are fleeting. These luxuries to him is not luxuries anymore. Luxuries to him are sufferings. So you don't think there's a cost in everything? You think that, when I become a nun, I can't do anything. I can't go to a restaurant, I can't sing karaoke, and I can't do a lot of things, so I better stay. I just do my enlightenment on the Saturday, and they will be okay, and I will be enlightenment. There's always cost involved with it. Remember, you must give up what you are in order to achieve what you will be. There's a cost in it. But when you sacrifice all these things, when you get to that destination, when you look back, I've done the right thing. I shouldn't have submerged myself in the ocean of luxuries and pleasures. Actually, I should have given up a long time ago. Now it's not that late. I would have walked that path. Can you talk about depression and how to get out of it? When you talk about depression, how to get out of depression, you have to analyze it both ways, self and others. Where does this depression come from? This depression must have a reason for it. Sometimes could arise out of previous reincarnations that brought forward into this life. So you must know that sometimes you say, it's unfair to me. I haven't done anything. How come I get so depressed? It's because some people call it genetics. It's a genetic depression. It's because of previous life. You must have done something that brought you this depression. Treat depression as if it is a snake getting to bite you. So that's when we're meditating, we always have a bamboo stick by our side. When a thought comes up, or a stick comes up, it's getting to bite you. Because depression don't just come to you suddenly. It builds up. When it's getting to build up, don't let it build up. You treat it as a snake that's going to bite you, you hold its head down. Then you have to build a thought to subdue that thought. Because when that snake bites you, 99% of the time you don't notice it. Because 99% of the time you react to depression with emotions. You react to outer objects with emotion 99% of the time, not with rational mind. So when that thought of depression comes up, you immediately control it down. Why do we come for meditation? Is to control that first thought. Why do we say concentrate on your breath in and out, in and out? Because we want to train our mind in such a way that our thought won't go away. We're always mindful of what we want to be mindful about. So you want to be mindful of this snake who's going to bite you. So when a depressive thought comes up, you hold it down. But 99.9% of the time, you won't notice it. It bites you in the first thought, and then in the second thought, in the third thought, until you are in a depressive state. Some people may commit suicide because of that, because they can't control themselves. So that's the reason why you do meditation, to bring it back as if you are the destiny is in your hands. Your life is in your destiny is in your hands, because you're under your control. It's not under the control of the depressive snake. Can you do that? Yes, if you practiced it. Can you practice it? If you always rely on the psychiatrist, to go to a psychiatrist and say, I have a depression, he will give you some medicine. He will talk to you on a reclining bed, and then talk to you about everything, and then after that he give you the medicine, and that may not cure you. So you have to help yourself. The second is, if you do not have that stick, you have a phone number. And that phone number is just the ordinary phone number. It's the divine phone number. And that phone number has a number in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 number. And that's chanting. You got to chant that number. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. That phone number, that phone would trigger the divinity message, which comes from outside, from a universal grand station of divinity, and it reminds you. It reminds you to get away from this state. Now that's a third help from outside, not just a self-help, that is a mantra helping. But as a matter of fact, it's a combination, because when you are chanting that mantra will get into your right hemisphere, the right mind. The right mind is always a mellow mind. It's a mind that's always recedes into divinity. It recedes into tranquility. But you have to tap into it. Repeating that mantra all the time would tap into the right mind, which gets into divinity. So that's the reason why we have mantra chanting. So when you are depressive, you say Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. We get away from that depression. Whenever the thought comes up, depression comes. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. You turn your thought away to the divinity radio, the radio that would transmit energy to you to get away from this depression. That is other help. Self-help, control that snake. Which way is better for you? You should use both. Control that snake and get the mantra running. What is the meaning of mantra? M-A-N-T-R-A, mantra. Rest of your mind in a location. Rest of your peaceful mind in a location. Rest in a mind that is away from that snake. Rest in that peaceful mind. That's a mantra. Any words that is repeated all the time produces continuous energy. If you chant the green Tara mantra, you get out from it. Om Tare to the Tare Tare Swaha. Very simple. The green Tara mantra. Get into Google. It has everything in it. The green Tara, T-A-R-A, the green Tara mantra would help people to get away from depression. It is especially written there for depression, for people who are depressed. Green Tara. Get into it and you get it. Om Tara to the Tara Tara Swaha. And also visualize the green Tara radiating light on you, communicating to you, getting you out of the depression. And you can also chant the mantra of compassion. We have a lady who 2 months ago who was ordained in here, become a nun. Her name was Candy, and he became a nun now. He was ordained in here in the ordination process. One of the stories, a true story, is she suffered from depression. Because at 1 year, she suffered from SARS. And she almost died, and she was in a very depressive stage. She was scared, and actually he wanted to commit suicide, jumping from her apartment. But then her mind turned stronger and stronger, and she started to chant mantra of compassion. Remember, we chant mantra of compassion? Namo Ratna Dharaya Namaria Varukatisvaraya. And every day he chant 108 times, and that changed her life. She was given a lot of medication by the doctor, and she tried for a month. It couldn't help, so he just put that aside and started to chant, and it was absolutely okay. He didn't even have to finish up the medication. He went back to the doctor and said, "Have you finished up medication?" No, after the first month, a few times, I didn't even take medication, and I'm okay now. And now he's getting more and more confident in the Buddhist practice, and she now became a nun. She spent 2 months in here, and she left for Hong Kong, returned back to Hong Kong. She was ordained as a nun. You met them, right? Do you still remember her? Yeah, she saved herself by chanting the mantra of compassion. And that's a true story. All of us, sentient beings, tend to be lazy. Oh, it's difficult, I'm not going to learn. Remember, you cannot be what you will unless you sacrifice something. You have to work hard at it. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to be what I will achieve, what I will be. You must be able to give up all your funds, all your luxuries, all your laziness. You give that up in order to become an enlightened person. You have to give up something. No free lunch. But this is a free lunch, right? Yeah. No, somebody donated. Somebody donated for you. It's not free. They want to cultivate merits and donated it.